And with the Strait of Hormuz, the artery for nearly a fifth of global oil and gas trade, facing disruptions, fuel supplies are tightening and prices are surging. From Asia to Europe, governments are being forced into tough choices, cutting energy use, tapping reserves, and shielding consumers, even as shortages begin to hit businesses and industries. Now, here's a detailed look at how this crisis is unfolding and why the impact can spread far beyond the region. We'll leave you with this report. Do stay tuned. News and updates will follow on the other side. You're watching WION The World. Stay tuned.
The escalating conflict with Iran is triggering a major global energy shock, pushing several economies into what experts call energy triage. And this is where governments are forced to decide how to ration limited fuel supplies or absorb rising costs. At the heart of the crisis is the Strait of Hormuz. With disruptions intensifying, supply chains are tightening rapidly. Asia is the most exposed. The region depends heavily on imported energy, and over 80% of LNG shipments through Hormuz are destined for Asian markets like Japan, South Korea and Taiwan. Across Southeast Asia, the response has been immediate and visible. Governments are actively cutting energy consumption to stretch limited reserves. The Philippines has shifted to a 4-day work week, aiming to reduce government energy use by 20%. Vietnam is encouraging remote work, while Thailand is pushing conservation measures, even urging officials to avoid elevators. Thailand has also halted fuel exports to protect domestic reserves. In the rest of Asia, the focus has shifted to strategic reserves. Japan, which holds around 254 days of oil stockpiles, has already released about 45 days worth of reserves. South Korea is set to release over 22 million barrels as part of a coordinated effort. However, analysts warn these are only short-term buffers. Reserve releases can keep refineries running for a few weeks, but they do not solve the underlying supply shortage. If disruptions persist, industrial production cuts may become unavoidable. In populous economies like India, the priority is to protect households. The government is absorbing over half of the LPG price increase to shield consumers, especially lower income groups. But the strain is already visible. As one of the world's largest LPG importers, India is seeing shortages spill over into restaurants and small businesses, with many cutting operations due to rising costs and limited supply. Elsewhere, the situation is equally fragile. Indonesia has just 20 days of fuel reserves, while Pakistan faces the risk of LNG supplies running out by mid-April. With crude stocks lasting barely 11 days, Sri Lanka has already begun shutting schools mid-week to conserve fuel. The crisis is now spreading beyond Asia, with fuel importing economies in Africa and other regions bracing for similar disruptions. In Europe, policymakers are focusing on long-term solutions like clean energy, while also working on short-term relief for businesses and households. With supply chains strained and demand competing globally, the world is entering a prolonged phase of energy stress. Business Bureau, WION, World is One.